Hi, you're on the Movie Girl channel. Today I'm going to explain the 2015 Russian film The Witch. In the bathroom, a little girl is playing with a toy ship and she can't sit still. Her mother yells at her and the toy falls out of the child's hands. But suddenly the ship rises into the air. The whole room begins to vibrate and all the objects in the room start to float. The mother wants to drive the devil out of the girl and dips her head into the water. But a supernatural force throws her aside. She realizes that her daughter is a witch. Many years later, the same girl named Tonya takes a bus to summer camp. She's secretly in love with the handsome guy sitting across from her, but he is also noticed by the popular girl Luda. At the camp, she immediately gets to know Igor and invites him for a walk outside the camp. Tonya has already checked into the room and meets her new roommates. Luda wants to take Tonya's bed, but she came first. Then the beauty throws Tonya's bags on the floor, which is a serious argument. In the cafeteria, the boys avoid the shy girl, but they sit down with the beautiful Luda. Here she is a real queen. On the beach, Tonya faints in the sun and is taken to the shade by Igor. The guy turns out to be nice to her, but Tonya is shy of this handsome guy. Then Luda shows up with her company. To get rid of her rival, she sends Tonya swimming, but the girl doesn't even have a bathing suit. Then Luda asks to drag her into the water by force. Luckily, the teacher stops the bullying in time. To get the boys' attention, Luda accidentally slips out of her swimsuit. But Igor doesn't get the hint. Then she demonstratively sits down between the couple and chases the quiet one away. In the evening, the company secretly leaves the camp. But at the hole in the fence, they meet Tonya. Does she really want to escape? The friends take her with them so she won't tell the guards. Nearby, they find an abandoned barn. Inside, Tonya discovers a toy boat and has a Vietnam flashback. After that incident as a child, she's terrified of water. The group is blocked by a mountain stream. Everyone takes off their shoes and crosses it calmly, but Jaeger slips and hurts his foot on a piece of glass. He can't go back, and if they call a doctor, there will be problems. Tonya offers to examine his foot. The girl closes her eyes and starts moving her hands. It looks like she's healing his wound. To everyone's surprise, instead of a cut, all that's left is a scar. Luda calls Tonya the witch. On the way back, Igor asks how she did it. It's just that the girl really wanted to help him. Igor is so in awe of the girl that he completely forgets about the people around him. Has he really fallen in love with the witch? At night, the girls tell each other horror stories about witches. Now they're worried about their neighbor, especially since she bewitched Yegor. In the morning, Tonya is finally noticed in the camp. But it turns out that her new friends are just checking to see if she's a witch. Tonya runs away from the dining hall. It seems someone has started a rumor about her. Tonya's sad and alone by the sea, and then Igor finds her. He's curious about the girl's other abilities. And Tonya tells him all her secrets. But her abusive mother has convinced the girl that she is a freak. Igor comforts her. Her powers make her special, and she's so beautiful. From around the corner, Luda notices Igor hugging the quiet girl, so she plans to separate the couple. After Igor's confession, Tonya looks at herself in the mirror, as if she were seeing herself for the first time, but the girls come in and notice that the mirror is missing. Luda calls Tonya a thief and humiliates her in front of the girls. In the evening, Luda flirts with Igor and hints that she is ready for anything. Suddenly, she kisses the guy and he gives in, but after getting his attention, the beauty just leaves. She complains to the neighbors that Igor is a bad kisser. This breaks Tonya's heart. In the morning, the sweet couple is having breakfast together when Tonya notices them. Luda is annoyed by the strange looks. She turns Igor against the girl and forces him to reject her. Tonya stalks the guy after the cafeteria. Igor is the only one who is nice to her, and the girl confesses her love, but Igor suggests that they remain friends and leaves. The witch throws an angry look at him, and Igor immediately stumbles and falls. Tonya tries to make up for it, but makes the breakup even more awkward. In the evening, everyone is gathered in the disco, and the couple is having a great time, and only Tonya is in bed. What's wrong with her? Tonya takes her neighbor's magazine and looks at the models. Then Luda comes back into the room. She angrily shoves the thief. The girl snaps at the quiet girl and makes her run out of the room. At night, Tonya calls Igor to talk, but his neighbors decide to follow them. Tonya guesses what he wants, so she takes off her dress in front of him. She'll do anything for love. But the loud laughter of the neighbors spoils everything, and the humiliated girl runs away. She spends the night in an abandoned barn, blaming herself. In the morning, the beauties notice Tonya wandering around the camp. Strange. Where was she all night? And then Vic tells them about the night show. Luda calls the quiet one to talk. Yegor notices something wrong, but he comes too late. The beauty is already beating Tonya. The girl rolls her in the mud, and the whole camp laughs. The teacher comes and separates the girls. But Luda makes Tonya look guilty. Is she really stealing things from the bedside tables and going out with a guy at night? The teacher wants to keep the matter quiet and asks Tonya not to cause any trouble. In the morning, there's a field trip to the wishing cave. Tonya is so eager to make a wish and set things right. On the bus, everyone is having fun and only Tonya is avoiding them. Luda encourages Vic to play a prank on the witch. The boy grabs the note with the wish from the shy girl. Tonya tries to give it back, but Luda reads it out loud. I want to be normal. Just then, the driver loses control. The bus jumps over the rocks and hangs on the edge of the cliff. Now, any movement could lead to a fall, but an unknown force swings the bus in the right direction. It's Tonya, who casts a spell to correct her mistake. She uses her telekinesis to pull the bus out of the abyss, and then she faints. Did she really save everyone? In the evening, the friends decide to celebrate their rescue. Igor suggests they take Tonya with them. Sitting in nature, she is so happy that she is finally appreciated by her friends. It seems as if there is a spark between her and Igor again. And only Luda is not happy. At night, they give Tonya a rite of passage. It's an old tradition of the camp. There is only one formality left. She has to dip underwater 3 times. Despite Tonya's protests, she is forcibly dragged into the river. The girl begs to be let go, but Luda pushes her under, then again. Igor begs her to stop, but the 3rd time Luda holds the witch underwater. A sudden surge of energy throws Luda to the side. The ground shakes and a huge rock falls from the cliff. It's a miracle the rest of them are alive. Tonya did it by accident, but everyone scatters away from the witch. In the cafeteria, everyone turns at the sight of Tonya. It's her. On her table is a tray with the inscription, "Eat it, witch," and under it is a plate full of worms. In the evening, Tonya enters the disco, but people just ignore her. Luda takes Igor out of the hall. Tonya cries out in despair, "Igor, I'm sorry." But her scream burns out the music equipment. Everyone stares at the witch in silence. She's ruined everything again. Igor has health problems because of the stress. Luda screams that the witch cursed him out of jealousy. The guy rushes to her room and wakes up Tonya. What did she do to him? Igor yells at Tonya and demands that she remove the curse. To convince her, the guy uses force and throws Tonya off the bed. It's a mistake. The room begins to shake. Tonya runs away from the traitor, and the whole camp shakes under her footsteps. Her scream causes the lanterns to flicker, and the lights in the entire camp go out. Luda taunts the crowd that the witch is dangerous. She will take revenge on everyone. An ancient ritual against witches must be performed. Purification by fire. When Tonya returns to the room, a pillowcase is immediately thrown over her head. To prevent witchcraft, her hands are bound and she is tied up in an old barn. Will Tonya admit she made a deal with the devil? But the girl was just born with these powers. Tonya swears she means no harm to her beloved. Yegor doesn't believe the witch and holds a torch to her body. Suddenly something flashes in Tonya's eyes, and with the help of a magical force, she is freed from the ropes. Who's in charge now? But the witch is immediately knocked down. The torch falls on a stack of books. The next second, fire breaks out in the corner of the barn. The fire is spreading and there is no way out. They are trapped inside. Luda screams that the fire was caused by witchcraft. The only way out is to destroy the witch. Suddenly the ceiling cracks. In a few seconds, it'll bury everyone in the burning barn. Tonya turns on her telekinesis and manages to hold the roof up. Standing in the middle of the barn, the witch saves everyone she was about to burn. Suddenly, an overpowering force kicks in the barn doors. Everyone flees through the open gate, but the witch has lost her last strength. She falls to her knees and faints. Immediately, the weakened roof collapses. The teacher can't find Tonya. Where is she? She's the one who saved everyone again? The real witch was Luda all along. Yegor doesn't want to see her anymore. Even her friends have turned their backs on her. They left the girl to watch the barn burn down, and the yellow toy boat went up with it.